Hey you guys, welcome back. How are you all doing? I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Designs. Please say hi when you jump on. Hit that heart button for me. Let me know that you're watching it tonight. And if you see a red live button right here above my head, that does mean that you are watching live. If by chance you don't see that, then there's a good chance you're watching the replay, okay? So go ahead and type in exclamation point replay in the comments for me. That'll let me know that you've seen the video there. All right, you guys, in just a second, I'm going to have a keyword for you to type in, and then you're going to get a message from me where you can click on supply list and more and get all of the supplies for everything that I'm using to make this project tonight, okay? So here it is, y'all. The keyword for tonight is stripe, S-T-R-I-P-E. Stripe is the keyword. Go ahead and type that in there while I try to pull up my video. Y'all, there's a lot of technical stuff now that I got to do when I first jump on here. And for the life of me, I could not get my camera to be straight today. And it kept wanting to go wonky and lopsided, and it was driving me nuts. So go ahead and type in stripe for me. I'm getting this video pulled up here so I can see all of you. I can see all your names coming on here. I can see Darlene and Leanne. Y'all are just so small on my phone. Hello, Tracy. Hi, Lori. Hi, Wendy. Hello, Christine. I see that you just hopped on there. Hello, Sissy and Leah. All right, now I got my comments up. I don't have to squint anymore. Hopefully I can get to the top. Good evening. Hello, Kathy. Hi, Wanda K. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Carol. Hello, Hope and Dale. Hi, Mary. Hello, Teresa and Leah and Ruth. Hello, Cassie. Hello to everybody. Hi, Deb and Dottie. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Hi, Lisa. You guys, it's weird going backwards now. Hi, Missy. Hello, Deb. You guys, if I missed your name, I'm so sorry. Hi, Margie. Hi, Tanya. Listen, here's the thing. We're going to do an amazing project tonight. I want to know in the comments, and I want you guys to type in the word, and this is not to get a message from me, but, hi, Pam. If you are creators who create things for vendor markets to make and sell at a vendor event this time of year, or maybe even all year round, I would like to know that, okay? So if you would, please type in the word make, M-A-K-E, in the comments. If you're a maker and a seller, if you make things to sell them for a profit, you go to vendor events and shows and do all of that stuff, and you are a vendor, a maker. One of you guys know what I'm talking about. Hi, Melissa. Hello, Amanda. Hi, Frankie. Because I feel like lately, you guys just need some more ideas. Am I right? Hi, Teresa. You're a maker. Awesome. So I have an idea tonight that I think is going to be something that's going to kickstart your patriotic supply for your make markets this year. Okay. Hi, Amy. Thank you, Amy. Amy's a maker. Hi, Joanne. Carol's the maker. Kathy's the maker. Hi, Melinda. Maker Shelma. Maker Amy. Maker. Oh my gosh, so many makers on here. Maker for No Emmy. So many makers. So you guys, here's what we're going to use tonight. We're going to go ahead and grab out this brand new tray. I guarantee this is something that none of your customers have seen before because it just came out. Okay. So we're actually going to use this tonight. And I have seen other people make with this tray several times. This is like a brand new. It comes with handles, you guys, to actually make this gorgeous tray for your decor. Emily says, hi, everybody. I am doing so good. Hi, Ro. Tracy says the maker is not a seller yet. You'll get there, girl. Hi, Lisa Marie, having issues. Okay, well, Lisa Marie, I understand that. The weather is crazy. The internet can be crazy someday. I completely get that. I've had to cancel live videos because of my internet at times. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Diane. So if you guys are a maker and you make things for vendor events and shows to sell, type the word make in the comments. If you're just looking for the supply list, the keyword for tonight is stripe, okay? So we're going to kickstart our patriotic decor tonight with a piece that you can very easily make and take to these vendor events to sell. And you can do it probably today if you guys have got any of these trays, or if you have anything that you can use to make trays. And you've got transfers from previous years. We have got a bunch of stuff in a huge sale right now. Oh, that's my screws. I can't kick those. A whole bunch of stuff right now in a huge sale that's up to 85% off. And a bunch of our patriotic did just come back. Yay, Amanda got her order in for the new launch. Yes, patriotic, I do believe you guys, is launching. Don't quote me on this, but from what I hear, early May. Okay? So probably next week. And I know we just had a launch today, but I'm thinking hopefully next week we're going to get our patriotic collection in. Okay? All right. So let's take a look at a couple of transfers that came out in previous years that you could totally use to make a tray. And you could do this in so many different ways. One of which is currently 85% off for Perks members and designers. And that's this one here. This one is, and I've used this so many times, you guys. It's called the Patriotic Stars. And it's gorgeous. And you've got, what do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different stars on there. You've got the 1776, the 4th, and the July. I just wish the word of was on here too, because you can't do 4th of July. It's 4th and July, or July 4th. But that's what it is. We're going to use this one here. If you don't have it yet, you guys, 85% off for Perks members and designers on top of your 30% Perks membership discount, which is fantastic. And if you're not yet a Perks member, Perks membership is where you get 30% off all day, every day. Right now, if you join, you can join for $20 and you instantly get back $40 to spend on the site, which is amazing. You're waiting for 250 anniversary patriotic. Absolutely. This would be a start though. You just got this one. Yes. So we're going to do something with this tonight. And then another one, it's not on sale on the site, but they did bring it back. And I love this one because it's so versatile and there's so many things you can do with it. Is this one here. It's an E-size transfer. It's a ginormal. It's a big one. This is actually, it was made for porch leaners, to do porch leaners with. So you've got like the bottom part, the top part, the words on here, and you can do porch leaners with this one, which is amazing in and of itself. But that's not all that you can do. So we're going to combine these two transfers tonight, and I'm going to show you guys a couple of different ways that we can do this, a couple of different ideas for ways that you can design many of them in different ways. And I'm even going to show you different reds and blue color combinations that you can use. Oh, thank you so much. You get the wood, so you got the wood rounds from Walmart and handles at Michael's, and that works too. Yep, that would work if that works for you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up our star first, okay? And I'm looking at this, and for this particular layout, what I want to do with this, the one that's going to work best for us, oh, if I can get it out of here, is the one that I've got right down here in this corner. And it's just got some very, very, very light stripes on it. This is the one. Any of these other ones, you would need to outline the star in order to make it really stand out to do what we're doing tonight with this, okay? Just so you guys know that. Hi, Penny. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull this right off the backer sheet here. Let's see if it's still sticky. Ooh, my hair is in there. Definitely still sticky. When is this one from? This one originally came out in 2023. I'm waiting to start a project. Anyone ever use colored parchment paper? Is it okay? I haven't used colored parchment paper. If we don't sign the yearly designer agreement, will we lose our status? So Mary Teresa, no, you will not lose your status. As soon as you log into your account as a designer, that designer agreement is automatically going to renew for you. There's nothing that you have to do. The only way that you would lose your status is if you actively canceled your designership. And there's a form that has to be filled out for that. If by chance you would like that form, just send me a message and I can send that to you. And then they can get that processed, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to close the rest of this back up and hang it so it's not in my way tonight. And I've got my one piece out there. And I went back up and now I'm missing comments. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Can't drive until you get this. Oh my gosh, 2 more weeks. No, Christina! You just ordered this one. Yes, you used this one the other day. You have brown. Oh, the brown should be fine, I think. Mine's not bleached parchment paper. Yes, it is, but I've used brown parchment paper. It's just unbleached. It's unbleached, but it should work just fine. Hi, Roseanne. That's the only difference, is that one is bleached and one is not bleached. Okay, so I've got my transfer out here, but before I even put this down, I need to find where is the middle. Where is the middle of this board? Because I want to get this right. I want my star to be the focal point right smack dab in the middle of this design, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and grab a ruler, and I've got one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have one right here that I think is going to be long enough to go all the way across if I can get it off my hanger. It is. Oh, good. Oh, good, oh, good, oh, good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a line on here in pencil, very, very, very lightly, going straight across on here at the point that I think is going to be the center. So I'm using these 2 dots here. To line this up, okay? And then I'm going to go across, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to keep making lines across this thing. There's probably a better way to do this. Like I'm making a pizza, you guys. I would say I think I found the center right there. Could find the center between the 2 dots. You are so right about that. I could definitely do that. Either way, you guys, I found the center, I think. Pretty sure I found the center. Oh, thank you, Rose. Now is definitely the time. Absolutely. Now is definitely the time. All right, so I've got my lines on here. I'm pretty darn sure that I have found the center. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. There's an easier way to do that. I just know that. Probably the easier way is to put a piece of paper on here and fold it in half. All right, we're going to put our star on here to where that is right about in the center there, as close as we can get to the center. With that center part being right there in the middle. Now, I can't tell. And part of it is because of how my transfer is cut, that it makes it look funky. This is one of the new surfaces. I feel like it needs to go over. Maybe I didn't find center. We're going with right here. I think this is good. Right here in this spot. We're going to go ahead and press that down. Now, I could have fuzzed this. I did not fuzz it. This transfer, like I said, I've had this one since it came out in 2023. I've had it for a very, 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 very long time. I have used this thing so many times that I no longer need to fuzz it. If yours is brand new, fuzz it. Fuzz it first, okay? And you guys could probably also give this a light sanding just to help you out a little bit. All right, so I'm going to use 2 colors tonight that are currently in stock in a red and a blue. I am Brenda. I'm having a great day. Oh, you guys, I didn't tell you either. There's a mother-son dance at the school coming up next weekend. I just found out about it today because I don't check my kids' folder like I should. And yeah, if you're good with that kind of stuff, Pam, that's not my thing. And I think I'm really close. Really close. The diameter of the round, I don't know. Anyway, I asked Evan this morning if he wanted to go to this dance, and he told me yes, so he can show off his dance moves. So guess where we're going next weekend? I got to take my kids shopping for something nice to wear, and I got to see what I've got in my closet that fits. And we're going to a mother-son dance next weekend on Friday. Yay! So Evan can show off his dance moves. All right, we're going to use Cadet. Now, I just opened mine a little bit ago, and I could see that it was a little bit dried out. So I already added some water to this, but I do need to give it a stir just to make sure that it's not too dry to work with tonight. I swear this time of year, I add more water than any other time of year to my paste. And my Cadet needs a little stir here. Your paste should be the consistency of sour cream or yogurt before you use it, okay? If it's thicker than that, then add a little bit of water and give it a stir. Oh, he loves to dance and be on stage. Oh, I'll definitely have pictures. What is the name of that transfer? Can you... Yeah, all the things that I show you can still get. This one right here is called Patriotic Stars. And if you're a Perks member, then it's currently in our huge sale going on, and it's 85% off in addition to the Perks membership discount, which is amazing. I mean, you guys, I think that the price on this is under $5. It's really, really, really inexpensive. Show off my mom dance moves. I don't have any. I can show off my stars dance. No, I can't do that, y'all. I so can't do that. All right, this is drier than I thought. Oh, it's the color I want, and it's drier than I thought. I got to work with this one a little bit. Thank you for sprinkling, Tammy. Hold, please, you guys. I'm just going to grab another jar. I've got more of these. I have plenty more of these. And I'll fix that one up and just add it to the new jar. I have lots more Cadet. Lots more Cadet. Stripe is the keyword. And y'all, on the website right now, the jars of candy apple have sold out. I do still have 5 jars left here, okay? 5 jars of candy apple here. So if you guys need it, let me know. Obviously, you guys, I'm going to sell those to my Perks members and my clubbies first. Before anybody sends me a message and say, hey, I want that, okay? All right, here we go. We're going to use Cadet. I'm just going to grab a small squeegee here. Hi, Janelle. And we're going to go over this entire thing. We've got to make sure that all of our air bubbles are out of here first. And we're good to go. Oh, Wendy, definitely reach out to them. Definitely do. And if you need help reaching out to them, if you don't have the information, then just let me know and I can get you in touch with them. Cicely's really good about that, about taking care of things. And, oh my gosh, I always draw a blank on the other girl that comes on. I forget. There's Cicely. She's been around the longest. Oh, darn it. She's going to kick my butt if she sees this video. Don't tell her. Cadet is a very bright blue, but it's gorgeous blue. And I did have an air bubble. We should be all right, though, I think. All right, let's see how this looks. The designer sale, I don't know, Melinda, because this designer sale with the 85% off has been going on for months. Yep, fill out my form. Wendy, send me a message. Okay, Kirsten, yes, that's her. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull this up and see how that turned out, y'all. This is so easy to do and so satisfying. And then we've got this bright, gorgeous blue star, and it's a rustic looking star too. Right in the middle of our tray. Hi, Dale. Oh, that looks great. Hopefully I have it centered. I think that I do. What do you guys think? Am I in the middle? I think I'm in the middle. I'm close enough in the middle. Kirsten is amazing. She is. And that didn't even take that much cadet either. I probably could have gotten that out of my other jar. All right. We're going to give this a good dry with our drying tool now. So you can wax the board first. It does help. Well, you can see right there on mine, I've got a little bit of a smudge. And had I waxed the board first, it probably wouldn't have done that. I am going to wax it now. All right, so if you guys don't have cadet, if you don't have cherry, which is the other color that we're going to use tonight, there are some other color choices that you can use. Now, not all of these are still in stock. Not all of these are still available on the site. Some of them are retired, but I have pulled out all of my blues and I have pulled out all of my reds that I think are good for patriotic, okay? So maybe you have these, maybe you don't. Maybe you have them and you forgot that you had them and you don't even remember them. So, my next favorite color combination is, where is it at, you guys? If you have it, if it's in stock, candy apple and colonial blue. Those also make really, really, really great patriotic. If you want something a little bit more flashy, then either of these two for a red would be great. There's a shimmer crimson, which is what we use a lot in Christmas time. This is still available on the site, and it's just got a shimmer to it. It's a bright shimmery red. Or there's Bite Me, which is more of a light red. This was a color of the month one month. You might have this in your craft stash. Then there has also been Lakeshore is a retired color that does go great with candy apple as well if you want more of a bright, like summery feel. We also have had a retro, which was a color of the month, and home was another color of the month. So all of these would make for really, really, really great colors to do in your reds and blues for 4th of July, okay? Any of those would be fantastic. All right, we're going to pull out the big guns now. We're going to get the big one out. We're going to go ahead first and wax this thing up. Because now I've got this part down and I don't want this part to pull up, okay? So I'm going to grab my surface wax. And we're just going to wax this board. Now, you could wax your board first. And then you're going to want to wax it again after you've got down your star, if you want to do your star here. Lakeshore has been gone for a long time, Tracy. Haven't bought any of the collabs till today with the Toy Story questions. When I create something, I cannot sell a finished creation. Is that correct? That is what the angel policy on the website says. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You guys, this is my public page. I got to tell you guys exactly all the things that our policy is telling you to do, and that's what the policy says. Yes. Who buys it then? Anybody who wants to make stuff for themselves or to give away as gifts. But you guys, this is not, I do not want to get into that conversation, especially on a night when I'm not doing a project with anything licensed. I did go over this earlier in my VIP group, and there is a video that I did kind of explaining all of the licensing, and I did that earlier this month. And so please head over there if you've got questions. You can take a look at that or message me privately, and we can talk about it, okay? But it's not a conversation that I want to hold right here on my page, other than to say The Angel policy that they've put in place says you cannot sell finished goods with licensed product. Tigers just finished with a loss. Oh, you're all right, Sandy. With a loss against Atlanta. Well, I don't know anything at all about sports. And so, who are you rooting for? Because I don't know whether that's good or bad. Oh. Doctor appointment went well today, 23%. Okay. Happy about that. Should have blood work back in a day or two. I'm hoping to get my call tomorrow about my blood work too. Yeah. All right, you guys. So we've got this all waxed up. We've got it buffed off. And we're going to grab out this ginormo E-size transfer. But you guys, I'm going to tell you, this did not come with a cut line in between the two. I did cut this one because it does make it easier to wash. Now, I want you to see something. We used the star in the middle for the design that I'm doing tonight. But what you could also do if you're using this particular transfer, you could do half of it with the stars at the top, half of it with the stripes, and have it spin that way. You could do a corner of it with the stars and the rest of it with the stripes. However you want to do it, but there are so many different ways that you could do this and make this thing. You could do stars in red, or I mean, you could do stripes in red, and you could even do blue star stripes on here if you want to, like whatever you want to do. And you're not seeing the comments. I had that problem when I was watching Misty the other day. Roseanne, Facebook is insanity. It's absolute insanity right now. All right, so I'm only going to pull off the stripe part of this. That be it. And this is a long piece. But I wanted the longer stripes to do this project because then I know that they're going to fit on this board all the way. Okay? And we're going to have to use this multiple times. And so I'm laying this right over here. Now this does have like a rugged edge on the edge, and it doesn't follow all the way through to be rugged like that. So kind of gauge how you want it to be when you put this down. It's not going to be a solid stripe though, because it's made to look distressed. That's just how it is. I'm going to go ahead and grab out a bigger squeegee tonight. I'm going to start in the middle where the star is at. And I just want to kind of work out those air bubbles as best as I can. This has got a lot of silk screen spots and a lot less sticky area. The teal part of the transfer. So there's less adhesive for it to stick down to your project, if that makes sense. Or less area for it to stick down. You're going to end up with a few more air bubbles in this than what you normally would. You're just going to go with it. Do the best you can. I only watch the Detroit Tigers, Detroit Lions, and U of M softball. You can try to go out and come back in. That might work for you. Sometimes that works. Sometimes that does not work. So the main thing that I want to do is make sure that I don't have any air bubbles in the teal part. If it's in the white, it's really not that big of a deal. But I still want to have those crisp lines where my blue and my red separate, okay? All right, now let's go ahead and grab our cherry out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work around that star. Heck, I'm going to use a brand new cherry one too, because I have a brand new cherry sitting here. Oh, if you touch the screen, you might be able to see it. Lines are even with my handles. Oh, that's a good point. I should do that, shouldn't I, Amanda? Amanda has a really good point, you guys. I didn't even think about that, but I'm going to pull this back up, and I'm going to start this. I think I'm going to start it right in the middle, right in the center here, and even with those handles. And then I'll fill in the rest of it, just because that's probably going to give it a much better aesthetic look. Thank you for that, Amanda. Evan is really excited when he found out that I bought the tickets for the dance today. He was very excited. He can't wait to go and show off what he can do. He's going to be practicing for the next week, trying to figure out how to do that Michael Jackson moonwalk. He's been practicing the moonwalk, you guys. He's been practicing the moonwalk. All right, we're going to go ahead and grab out the cherry. And I want a smaller squeegee to do this. So I'm going to use a mini squeegee. I use my small one just so that I could do the, do they have that transfer? Yeah, so this is it's an E-size transfer and it's available right now on the site. Yes, it sure is. This one is. No new patriotic. These are older designs. These are older. So I'm going to start at the top and I'm just going to work my way around that star. And try to go in as few movements as I possibly can. Oh yeah? He's a little bugger lately. He's been a little bugger. And so I want to make sure that I put my squeegee on that line to kind of use my paste to press that down at the same time that I'm going across my line, if that makes sense to you guys. That's going to help to get that crisper line. And then working from one direction to the next. If you're all over the place with your squeegee and you're doing all of this, then you're going to be pushing your paste in different directions. Start in the middle and work your way to the outside. And try not to give your transfer any place that it can pull up. Okay, so once again, oh, there's a little bit of spot right there. I'm going to come in with a smaller little bitty squeegee. And a little bit right there. Just to fill in that teeny tiny part there. Don't roll. And again, I'm just getting as close to that star as I possibly can. Using the edge of my squeegee to do that. And then just kind of pressing down and letting it fall right on there. And then we're going to go on the line where the two colors separate. Now it's working because you went out and came back in. That happens sometimes. It definitely does. And then squeegee that back off. Now, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this first stripe just to be sure that my paste doesn't start to dry in there. Okay? And then just put that right back down. Looks like the point at the top of the star is what you, because that's where the stripe was at on that star, Tracy. I see what you mean. So if you want to grab a paintbrush and get close to that star with a paintbrush, you can. I'm using my squeegee. I don't need it to be perfect. That's it. You guys will see when I pull it up. That's actually because of where the stripe is at. The stripe ends at white on the top of that point of the star. And that's why I'm saying some of those other designs, you're going to want to outline it. Because it'll be white to white. And then it's not going to give the definition of the actual part of the transfer where you want it to be. So always take a look at your design first. That's why I picked this one. I thought it would be the easiest to kind of outline and still hold its shape. All right, here we go. Grab a little bit more paste as I need it. Not a lot though, I don't want to overload my squeegee. And then just pull that right along. And once I get this one done, I'm going to pull up the previous one. And we're going to see how this turns out, y'all. That's right. We're getting her done. All right, we're going to pull up the next one before it dries too much. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Ooh! And then the last stripe down here, and then we can move this thing over. Now, if I were you guys, I would take this and wash it first before I finish up the rest of it, but I'm going to just attempt to lay it back down again and do it again without washing. My nose is itchy. Every time I come on live, my nose gets itchy. What is up with that? Maybe it's something in this room. Something about my craft supplies makes my nose itch, apparently. I forgot. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys about today, too, and I forgot. I forgot already. Gosh, I have horrible memory. Oh, my patriotic bundles. You guys, I've been at a standstill with those because I can't find, the stuff is not on sale yet at Hobby Lobby. And if it's not on sale, then your bundles are going to cost more money. And so, I've kind of been waiting on that. And then I'm redesigning and rebranding a lot of stuff right now for my business. You guys will see that coming up on Friday. And so once the patriotic release comes live, I'm going to start working on those and get those finished. All right, here we go. Oh, there were a couple of spots there in the, oh. Oh, I mean, honest to goodness, y'all. First of all, look at this. You could stop right there and call that finished. You absolutely could. That right there in and of itself could be a design. I would have moved the stripes a little bit first, so that star's right in the middle. But you could call it good right there. You could. Or you could grab another transfer that's got a different star line or something and put that on there. But we're going to give this a good dry. Tracy, I'm going to try it though. It's worked for me in the past. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. And I'm mainly concerned about getting this one and this one right here dried up. The two in the middle, not as much. Stripe is the key word. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and we're going to try to lay this back down. Now, what I do want to make sure of is that my white stripe is as big as the rest of them. Otherwise, it's going to look funny. So we've got these two areas right here. This time I'm not going around a star. Oh, fireworks would be pretty. Think about how many different ways you could make this, you guys. There are so many different ways. So many different ways you could make this. So many different patriotic things you could put on these. All right, I'm going to attempt fate here because it's not even really stuck down. and I'm just going to go for it. Especially down here, it's not going to stick down. So I'm going to work from the teal part of the transfer out. All right, let's see what happens. You guys, it turned out just fine. See? All right, let's just spin this around. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Oh, my kids have that song stuck in my head. Oh, that's our fun fact that I learned today. Y'all, funny fact. I don't know why I came across this, but I did. And I was looking up people. You know, I'm going to turn this around. I was looking at people who were born in my area that are famous. And you guys know what I found out? And it makes total sense if you know me. Bozo the Clown was born in my town. Totally random fact. The things I look up when I'm scrolling on my phone, it's crazy. Bozo the Clown was born in my town, y'all. Who knew? I didn't until today. Do you guys know Bozo? Do you guys remember Bozo? Tell me you guys remember Bozo. Apparently he was born in Flint, Michigan. And I never did know that before today. All right, this bottom part here, I've just got a little itty bitty part of this stripe there. And so I do want to finish that so that it looks even and nothing looks unfinished. You used to love watching Bozo? We were probably born at the same hospital. All right, you guys, here we go. Last little bit. You had a scene. Don't be a bozo. Oh, Pam, I love that one. Okay, I'm going to lay this one down now. We're going to spray it off because I got to take this to my tub and wash it in a little bit. Let me close up my jars because they're new. Yeah, he had the huge hair. I actually need yet another towel because that one's not long enough. And I'm going to end up with red paste all over my carpet if I try to spray that down the way it is. I'm here, you guys. I just got to be off camera to spray my transfers because my space is small. Okay, you guys. So far, what do you think? Oh, the kangaroo. You did use what? Look at that. Isn't it awesome? Look at, now we're not done yet because of course I'm never done with just that. You could finish this just like this. You could put the handles on it. You could put a clear coat. I would do that first. Put a clear coat of some kind of spray paint or something on top of this so that it doesn't wash off, or a polyurethane on top of it. And then put the handles on it and call it good. And you've got a cute little round you can have either as, I don't know, like an, maybe you've got a covered porch that you decorate. You could do that and put it out on the covered porch with some cute little stuff on top of it. Whatever you want to do. But I've never done this fast. This was just too easy. Now, if you're doing maker's markets and you're a maker and a seller, you want things that are fast and easy, right? So this would be a great one to do. Make a whole bunch of these with a whole bunch of different designs, and you can get started on it now. Like really, really fast to get started on your patriotic stuff. No, can you do the other side? Well, this one has handles. It has holes for handles. So, shucks, and now that I'm looking at this. Okay, good. So the other side is also not white. You could put something on the back side, but with your handles being on this side, it's probably not really double-sided because it does have handles that it comes with. And if you want one that doesn't have handles, I would suggest just going with the wood round because I think that they're the same size. Oh, awesome, Tracy. I want to make sure that this is good and done. All right, you guys, we're going to try an old technique once again, and I want to distress this thing. Now, we're going to try something completely different tonight, though, with this. I, a while ago, bought this stuff that was Fineline Crackle, and it's by Pentart. And I was so afraid to heat this stuff up to dry that I just let it sit. We're actually going to try to heat it up to dry tonight and complete a finished project with this. It's, I don't know, it's from Amazon and there's no brand name on it. It says CT. I have no idea. I just looked for a heat gun on Amazon and that's the one I found. So this is Fineline Crackle by Pentart. And I'm going to put this over the entire thing. You could put resin over top of it. Yes, you could. Yes, you could. All right, so with our Fineline Crackle, again, I'm going to grab a big brush, a big one, and we're going to brush this all over the top of this, and then we're going to give that a dry. We're going to do our component 2, and then we're going to give that a dry, and then I'm going to use something different this time to try to fill in those cracks and just see what I can come up with, okay? I like the look of Crackle, and I have yet to, like, seriously master it. What I do know, though, is that you do not want to overbrush this on the paste because it's liquid and it will start to, re-moisten your paste. You make everything double-sided? Oh, there you go. So I want to cover this all. But again, I don't want to overbrush it. Hopefully I don't mess this thing up. I don't think I will. I think it's going to look fantastic. As long as I can get enough of it down on there to cover everything. All right, we're about halfway done. Almost. Stay tuned, because this might be like the most awesome thing you've ever seen. Maybe. I like the old stuff. The stuff that looks a little bit more rustic and like it's been around for a while. That's my style. My grandfather was an antique collector. And so I grew up around stuff that was antique to my grandpa. Customers love it when they're double-sided. I don't see why not. You could. Ooh. I feel like I should have bought this stuff in a bigger jar. Because I would use this on everything. I missed what you were saying, but Karen, thank you for helping out whatever that comment was that I missed there. And then my comments go away. Oh yeah, I know why, Pam. She's got to refill that glass. This is wine time, y'all. If you got it, pour it. Almost there. Last little bit right here on the edge. Okay, we're going to leave it alone. Vintage, rustic, yes. That's totally my style. Now, I don't remember if this stuff is water-based or not. I'll find out when I go to wash my brush. If it's not, then I'm going to have to put that in oil. Put big beads on the large round to make... Yes, I love doing that too. Okay, let's give this a good dry. Now, this might take a minute to dry it, but my dryer is pretty warm. But again, I did put this on there fairly thick. So are you guys ready to start doing patriotic? Are you excited about the patriotic collection coming out soon? I hope you are. Really hope you are. It's like I don't know where to start. Y'all. Okay, let's double time it. I'm gonna blow a fuse. I can't do that. Sue says yes. Me too, girl. Patriotic and Christmas. I agree, Linda. So you guys, I do this funny thing. It's weird. And I want to know if you guys do this too. I was looking at the weather today. And I like to look ahead for like the next couple of weeks to see what it's going to be like in my area. And then after I do that, you guys, after I do the looking at my area to see what the temperature is going to be like, I then look like 2 states south. And I'm like, well, how much nicer is it there than it is here? And then I look 2 more states farther south, and I'm like, well, how far do I got to go to get to where I want to be? And you know what I find? It's usually Florida. It's usually Florida. Like, Lord, just take your happy butt all the way to Florida. Because that's where you're happiest at. That's just where you're happiest. All right, we got a couple of spots that are fantastic. Do any of you guys do that? Do you look at other areas just to see, like, where can I go to be comfortable right now? So, Lisa, I expect that it's going to be released next week, but I do not have an exact date. You check all your friends and your kids that aren't living near you to see what their weather is like. So I'm not crazy. You guys do something similar too. 90s all week. Oh, Teresa, I would love that. That's my kind of weather, girl. Tornadoes in Arkansas? I don't want that. You just go to Teresa's house in Florida. I'm getting like little air bubbles in here. That I did not have the last time, so this might create a whole nother look for us. You live in Southern California, so it's beautiful for you all the time. You've got no reason at all to check where anybody else is at or how anybody else's stuff is. I get it, girl. Is it gonna dry fully with the heat gun? I don't know. Like it should fully dry. Comfortable in Texas. Pretty hot here and I love the heat. I love the heat too. But if it's 65 degrees outside, my daughter, you look at the Caribbean islands, Niagara Falls in Alaska. I love that. If it's 65 degrees outside and I've got the heat on in my truck to make it, 75, as soon as my daughter gets in, I'm burning. I'm burning, Mom. Turn the air on. I'm like, girl, you have a window. I got the heat on me because that's what makes me comfortable. You have a window. It should dry completely to where that stuff is completely clear, you guys. And I don't know what'll happen if I try to put component 2 on there and that's not clear. So I did put this on here pretty darn thick. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do I need to keep going until it's completely clear? Or just mostly clear? Eastern Kentucky. 70s is perfect for me. I want 80s. 80 to 85. Eastern Kentucky. I would want to live nowhere else. Jackie, I looked up and I overheated that part. Oh no. How far are you from Louisville? Because that's where I'm going to be in June. Okay, you guys, it's bubbling. Kathy is saying it really does have to be dry. This is why I let my other one just stay. I let my other one dry overnight, and this one's even bigger. It's dry. There's just parts that didn't dry clear. You guys, we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it because I feel like I've been blow drying this thing for forever. And we're going to put the second part on there. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's going to be fine. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, it's tacky. You look at your sister to see who's got better weather. Like a competition still. All right, Christine, have a good night. It's like it's not drying on the bottom spot. I don't know. All right, we're going to go with part 2 and see what happens. So this is the part 2 of the Fineline crackle. It's like a brown. I think I had that really, I got it mostly dry, y'all. There's just a couple little white spots in there. It's okay. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'm rushing things. All right, we're going to go part 2. And part 2 I can do thinner. I think. $3 hours. That's not... Well, I live 3 hours from there, too. And I don't live in Kentucky. You must be on the other side of the state, then. From where I'm going to be. All right, so this is component 2. It is a 2-part system to make this work. And I was a little bit impatient. Didn't wait for the first component to completely dry. I am. I'm a renegade. I do what I want, not what I'm told. And when I say it's go time, it's go time. Oh boy. It's a lot easier to spread now with that first component on there though already though. So. If I mess it up, it's mine. Oh well. And then I'll just put candles and stuff on top of it, all the spots that are messed up, and you'll never know. And it'll be my little secret. All right, there's the second layer. That's the gray, the second component. And we're going to try to dry this now. Let's see what happens with it. This should start to crackle now, but it's going to be so fine you won't be able to see it until we add something on top to get into the cracks of those fine lines. I do think that this works better when you just let it sit though, and be patient with your project instead of trying to dry it with a dryer. But who knows? There's another one that's a one step. The event is in Louisville, Kentucky. I don't remember the name of the place. But Tony, you should have signed up. Oh, I'm seeing the crackles, you guys. It's working down here. Crackle, baby, crackle. They're so fine. Break out the big guns. They're, oh, really? I'm going to Louisville for Camp Chalk. Camp Chalk is in Louisville, Kentucky in June. And I was going to try to go see my aunt in Tennessee, but it's a 4.5-hour drive to get from the convention in Louisville to her house in Tennessee, and I didn't know it was going to be that far, so I'm not going to go and see her. Okay, this is totally working. Yo, you guys just can't see it yet. It makes it look like porcelain, and it's so cool. I just got to get it to go. And I got to get it dried. Yeah, I just put my finger in it. Oh, that side looks awesome. Okay, I'm looking at it from different angles. Different views down here, you guys. Just to see what it's doing. And as it gets drier, it just cracks even more. Oh, it's Louisville. Louisville. Eek! Oh goodness, the star. Oh, I'm so excited. Y'all hang out with me for a little bit longer because we're getting close to the end of this project now. We really are. I promise. I don't ever let you guys go to bed before. Holy cow, Vicky. She said she's gone down 4 sizes. I've only gone down 1 size. That's it. That's incredible, Vicky. Oh, I'm seeing the cracks. I love it. That's what I put my fingers in. The part 2 was kind of leaky. Can you let the second step dry overnight? Yeah, you can let it dry overnight. You sure can. I'm just trying to go start to finish tonight on this project. So I'm rushing things along a little bit by forcing this to dry. But I think it's going to be worth it. Yay! And I'm seeing the cracks coming through, so it's definitely working. Oh, I'm getting super excited. This is all dry in here. And it doesn't look cracked, and it might not even look cracked. Oh, thank you, Vicki. Oh, that's awesome. That's still wet right there. We're so close. I am probably overkilling it with a dryer. I don't know if it waterproofs it or not. It's certainly added a sheen to it though. It's shiny now. Oh, I got too close and I made it bubble. Whoops. All right, you guys, let's check this out. Okay, so I've got the cracks in there. I think it's all dry now. Is it dry? I don't know if this is sticky or if it was my finger. Okay, it was just my finger. Okay, so you guys, you can kind of barely just a little bit see the cracks in there, right? It's so faint and so minute. And the last time I tried to use, what was it? The Rub and Buff, the gold Rub and Buff. And that was really hard to rub that stuff back off. We've also done the gilding wax. It works, but again, I want to try something different tonight. The gilding wax was like the best of everything that I've done so far. Okay, Rose, yeah, if you struggle with that, then let me know too. Because there's no calling chalk anymore. You have to use the chat feature in order to get a hold of them. And I do have a tutorial video that I can send you. Just send me a message and ask for that. That'll tell you exactly how to get a hold of them. All right, so we're going to try to do, instead of either of the other ones, we're going to go with some bare decorative finishing wax today, instead of using the other stuff. Because here's what I know about wax. If you use a dark wax, like this bare decorative finishing dark wax, and you don't love it, a white wax will remove a dark wax. Okay? A white wax will remove dark wax. Wax removes wax. So we're going to give this a shot, and we're just going to see what happens with it. I'm going to grab out one of my brushes here. Let me see what I've got. Actually, no, I'm not even going to use a brush. I think I'm just going to use a towel. I'm going to grab a piece of this towel. We're going to keep cutting this baby up. We're going to use a towel. And we're just going to rub this dark finishing wax over top of the entire thing and try to get this to fall into all of those cracks and make those cracks more prominent. Now, if If by chance, I will have to clean up my transfers first before I can answer you. But yes, I will answer you. Promise, okay? If by chance it doesn't come off, I can use a white wax to remove it. Like our surface wax would probably remove it, okay? So I'm going to grab my dark finishing wax. I'm going to put it right on my towel. And we're going to start going around this entire board. And this should start to fill in all of those little crack pieces. And I'm going to use a towel to wipe it in there. And then I think I'm going to come back with another clean piece of paper towel and wipe off any excess that's on the board. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm in love. I am so in love. I think that we just brought this project to professional level. Love this so much. It looks great. And I think that this bare finishing wax is doing the job fantastically. Probably better than anything else that I've used. And it just gives it that more rustic look, like it's older. It's more aged. And if, like I said, if it's too thick in spots, if you don't like how dull it makes your white, you can come back over your white area with a white wax or a clear wax, and it will remove this stuff. But I think it looks great. I think that this right here is like the finishing touch that's going to bring this up a notch. Ooh. Yeah, you can see them now that I put the darker wax and filled in those cracks where you couldn't really see them before. And they're just these fine little porcelain cracks. I'm going to go a little bit thicker with my wax, then come back and buff it off here for a second. And as it dries, it's going to be harder and harder to buff too. So you want to work a little bit fast with this stuff. But let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Now that I've got enough on that towel, I can redo it if I need to. All right. This is bare wax. Yep. Just the bare wax. So you guys can see how that just elevated the project. Hopefully you can see it. I can't tell if you can or not. And it just, you can see all of the little cracks in there now. The white's still showing through. It just makes it, oh, you guys definitely can, yeah. The white is a little bit more like distressed looking. It looks older. It looks like it's been around the block for a while, like you've had it for a few years, like you didn't just buy it yesterday. But let's go ahead. I'm going to grab out my surface wax again. Now I'm going to find my surface wax right here. It's right here, you guys. I'm going to grab a piece of paper towel. And we're going to put some clear wax on a spot, okay? So right down here at the bottom, take a look at that row at the bottom. The very, very bottom row, and it's kind of dark. So I'm going to grab my chalk couture wax, and I'm going to rub that over top. And hopefully you guys can look at how much of it removed. It removed quite a bit. And now you can see that that bottom row is definitely much whiter than the row above it, because it removed all of that excess wax that was on the top. So if you don't like it, or you think you've got too much wax on there, or your white's not bright enough for you, you can come back in with a plain wax like our surface wax, and you can gently remove that top layer of that darker and brighten it up a little bit. Look at how much of that came off of there. Now that I did that one, I feel like I need to do the whole board. You think you're going to make one like this one with the cracks and all, Carol, even though you don't like the older stuff? I think it looks great. I think that so far the bare wax has been my favorite for filling in the cracks because it's not too much. It's just enough to give it that aged look. It looks fantastic. All right, let's put our handles on here and see how much we absolutely love this project, okay? Now, what I didn't do on this was put words. And the reason that I didn't put words is because as you spin this thing around, right, it's going to look the same in almost every direction with just a uniform design. You don't always need words on everything. Carol says no cracks. Carol doesn't like the cracks. She doesn't like the rustic stuff. And that's okay. That's the great thing about crafting is that you can do it your way. I'm just here to give you guys design ideas and inspiration. Different tips and tricks for doing things a little bit different. Things that you can get started on now and not have to wait for anything. And all of this stuff is available right now on the site, okay? Plus, you guys, if you order today and you are a Perks member or a designer and you spend $65, you get a free jar of paste. Which is even better. All right, here we go. Almost there, almost there. I had a little bit of paint on the inside of this little screw hole here, so it took a little bit more pressure to get that one in there. So it was a two-part crackle. So first you use part one and then you use part two. There's the Fineline crackle varnish component one and then component two. Ooh, it would be pretty with gold handles. I think I actually have some gold handles. The only thing is that if you don't use the handles that come with it, the holes might not line up. So it is called dark finishing wax. The container no longer looks like that, but it still is that. You're going to find it over next to the spray paint at Home Depot. You like the cracks, but you're not a dirty girl, as Doodle Denise Design says. What? Well, she says you're a dirty girl if you like the cracks? You could spray paint them gold, yes, you could, or even use the gold rub and buff, or gilding wax on it, if you wanted to. That would look good. All right, last little bit, y'all. Remember, again, stripe is the key word for tonight to get that supply list. I'm a message away if you guys need anything, but I do have kids that are in school, so I do have to get up early in the morning, and I tend to go live late at night because my kids are sleeping. The whole house is sleeping. And then I don't have background TV noise. I don't have kids coming in and asking me stuff. This is my time. My me time, you guys. They don't sell it. I'll have to take a picture of what it is at my Home Depot now. All right, you guys. There she be, crack and all. Our crack and tray. There it is, our patriotic for this year. The very first one. There is our stripes. And, oh my gosh, you can really see those cracks in there when I hold it up to the light, can't you? Our little tray. Perfect idea for selling at vendor markets. So many different ways that you can change this up and make it look different. And using the same two transfers that we used tonight, right? So, all right, you guys. that is it for tonight. I hope you guys all enjoyed the launch today of our new Toy Story line. That you guys are looking forward to the patriotic stuff coming out very, very soon. Again, free jar of paste with $65 order for Perks members and designers ends tonight. That was only a one-day event. And if you're not yet a Perks member and you want $40 off your first order, you can join today for $20 and get $40 back instantly, which is pretty darn awesome. If you guys have any questions for me, please send me a message. I'll respond to you as quickly as I can. And that's it for tonight. You guys, I'll see you back here tomorrow at 9:30-ish, usually 9:35, 9:36, 9:37, you know, whenever. We're right in that time area, right then. That's when I'm usually here. So I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Bye, everybody.